welcome to my 7 and 8 week pregnancy update. I am 8 weeks and 1 day today, so I just started my 9th week, and as a reference, today is March 18th, 2016. It's a Friday and my birthday, so happy birthday to myself. I'm turning 33 today, which I'm not sure what I feel about yet, because I feel it's so much closer to 35 than to 30, and then obviously 35 is kind of closer to 40 than it was to 30. Yeah, so back to the update. Week 7 has been as shitty as I don't even have words for it. I think it will take a lot for a week to be as shitty or shittier, just because it was hell. Main reason was that I started spotting, which is not nice in early pregnancy. The way it happened was, it was Monday a week ago, so I was 6 weeks and 4 days that day. In the morning I got up and already felt a little bit queasy and dizzy. I actually had to lie down after the shower again. And then at work in the morning, I noticed that I had this really hard lower belly on the left-hand side specifically, which is really weird and unpleasant. And I thought, okay, what's up there? And then before lunch, everything was still fine. And then after lunch, I went to the bathroom and I noticed that I had started to spot. Which is, like I said, not a very nice thing to have in early pregnancy, and it really freaked me out. I could see that it was brown spotting, but I could also see that it was quite a lot in a relatively short period of time, and that's kind of like what scared me. The reason why I noticed was, and that's a little tip for you guys out there, I am using panty liners. I always did, because I just think it's a very nice and quick and easy way to, freshen up throughout the day. But especially during early pregnancy, it's just a very nice way to track if you're spotting or not, and what color and whatnot. So I left work early. I just told my colleagues I wasn't feeling well. I would work from at home. So I called my doctor from the way home, and they told me they would call me back. However, they are actually in the building above my station, so I do arrive there anyway. So I went upstairs and they took me in very quickly. It was really nice. I really didn't have to wait long. And first thing was that she looked at my cervix and she could see that the bleeding had already stopped. So that was good. Second thing was that she looked at the baby. She did an ultrasound and vaginal one, and baby was doing fine. And keep in mind, my last appointment before that was 5 days earlier, and she could see significant growth within those 5 days. We had a flicker like of the heartbeat and everything was fine, and she just wanted me to take it easy the rest of the week, because on Friday I had my follow-up appointment anyway. And what she did, however, was to check my blood levels again, or my blood results. Because I have a vaccination passport, which you get in Germany, where they write down, your vaccinations and the date, etc., what you got. And they also put your blood type in there, but it was in there handwritten, and she wanted to make absolutely sure that I am indeed B negative. Because if you're B negative, you need, I think, even several shots throughout the pregnancy so that your blood does not attack the baby's blood. Should the baby be a positive blood type, which you don't know during pregnancy yet, but only afterwards. So just in case, if you are a negative blood type, you get that shot. So they looked online, my levels weren't back yet. They called the lab and they couldn't find my blood, so they took my blood again, so that on Friday I then would get the shot if it is. So I went home, took it easy on Tuesday. I actually took a sick day. I told my boss by then, because I didn't want to lie to her, and she's my line manager, so she was very supportive and understanding, which is amazing. Told me to take Tuesday off, and then on Wednesday was back to work. I worked from at home, and I was still feeling like there was something not sitting right in my lower belly. After lunch, I took a nap. because I was at home, so I wanted to use that. And then before I wanted to go, back and work, I went to the bathroom and wiped, and there was blood again, and it was red. And I wiped several times and more blood came, it seemed. And it really, really freaked me out. So I called my husband, who left work immediately and came to pick me up to drive me to a hospital. The only thing he wanted me to do is actually call my doctor to ask which hospital would be the best one. So I called them and they said, you know what, Sarah, you do live literally down the road, which I do. It's 500 meters down the street. Please come by here first. We wanted to have a look after all. And if we think you have to go to a hospital, then you can always do that. So I was like, fine, let's do that. So I went back in. Once again, she looked at my cervix and she could see that there was red blood, but she could also see that the new blood which was coming was brown, which I had also noticed that it was, started to be a mixture of red and brown. And then she once again, looked at my cervix, and then she actually wiped my cervix clean and made me cough to see under pressure if there's more blood coming. And there wasn't. She then did another ultrasound. Baby was still doing good. Still had, it had grown within those 48 hours, which is crazy. However, what she found was a hematoma in my lower left area of my belly. So exactly there where I had this really hard stomach on Monday. It's far away from the baby, she said right away. It's nothing of concern, but that's probably where the bleeding is coming from, because the way a hematoma goes away is that it's either being absorbed by the body or it's bleeding off, usually a combination of the two. So that's probably where the bleeding came from. I then did actually end up getting my shot because I am B negative and Christopher, I think, is O positive. So I got my shot. And now what I'm taking at the moment is extra progesterone. I got some pills which I have to take vaginally for 15 days in total. So I have 6 days left, including today. They're fine. They're actually doing the trick. The spotting has finally stopped since 2-3 days now. Nothing has come. So that is good. The only thing was that in the beginning, the progesterone pills really messed with my stomach. I got really bad, and I know that's TMI, but I got really bad diarrhea, and I couldn't keep anything in last weekend, but it's gotten definitely better ever since. And then I had my follow-up appointment last Friday, and she could finally measure the baby. It was big enough, and I am, like I said, as of today, I'm 8 weeks and 1 day, so I'm in my 9th week. I'm not sure when my next appointment is because my doctor used to work in a clinic and was employed there, but she's now being self-employed starting April 1st. She and her husband are taking over a little clinic themselves, which is cool. But I'm waiting for the secretary to call me for an appointment in April, which at the same time will be our first trimester scan and the neck scan thing. And yeah, just a regular checkup as well. I think we do the prenatal test, which is a blood test which checks for some genetic markers and stuff. So fingers crossed that everything will be fine. And right now I just have to wait and hope the baby grows as it should. Let's quickly dive into some symptoms. I am still feeling queasy. However, that actually became a bit better over the last couple of days. And usually it's in the evening where I'm getting very, very queasy. Like the beginning of this week was quite extreme. I am still wonky when it comes to sleep. Like I wake up between 4:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning and I cannot fall back to sleep. And I am very, very tired then in the morning already. And then I get this really, really tired face between 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I usually push through and then I am able to do some stuff at home after work. And then I go to bed really early at around 8. Plus sleep has been stupid as well because I actually started peeing a little bit more. And the funny thing is I don't even think that I'm peeing more in terms of amount. I just feel like my bladder feels full more quickly. There's less coming out of me. So I do go more often, but I don't pee more in total. So that's kind of what's been going on. I still have a bit of sore boobs, not as bad as 2 weeks ago. I think that was just an extreme hormone spike, but they're definitely still more tender than before. Just thinking as if there's been anything else. I had the queasiness, I had the peeing, I had the boobs, sleeping. Yeah, I've been breaking out a little bit. If you can tell, I got some cystic acne spots all over my face, which is fine. Oh, my hairdresser, she was like, when I went to get a haircut and stuff, she was like, Sarah, what are you doing with your hair? It's so shiny. And if that comes from a hairdresser, that means a lot. So I think the hormones might do their trick. Yeah, I still have a bit of belly ache, kind of like the whole growing of the uterus and everything. Not the most pleasant thing, but that's just how it is. And that's basically it for weeks 7 and 8. And my camera, my battery sign has been blinking the whole time because I didn't have much time to charge. I will quickly show you my belly. And let's get undressed. I have tons and tons of layers on. So that's really sucked in now. This is still bloat. This is not pregnancy belly. The belly is down here and Christopher can actually see it when I get undressed. But yeah, it's bloat. My parents are coming tonight to visit me or us for the weekend. This is from the front. And I feel like you can kind of tell. So hopefully my mom doesn't guess before we officially tell her later on tonight. So that was it for this video. I'll keep going before the battery dies completely. And I'll see you in my next update. Bye bye.